My live. Hey everyone, how's it going? How are you? Happy Sunday. Happy morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in this world. Thanks for joining. I know I'm doing this very last minute, so I know that a lot of people are just, they have the weekend off, probably not even checking their emails. I wouldn't on the weekends, but it's great to see everybody. What I'm going to do is talk a little bit about the energies of the moment. I want to hear from y'all too. I want to hear what's going on with y'all. And what I decided to do for this live stream is just kind of give you an idea of what to expect, like what we're moving into. And I'm going to break it down for every sign, what every sign can look forward to. Okay. Because I feel like there's a lot of heavy energies right now. Also, just remember that your videos, well, let me pull them up. So your videos for next week are out now. I talk about the full moon, right? The Uranian full moon that we have coming up. It's going to be really big. It's a big full moon. So we just had our quarter moon. We're we are in the that one was, what day is today? Sunday. That was yesterday. So we are in the waxing moon phase. Yeah. So this is just asking you to be your authentic self. It's kind of like when you really go deep and when you do that reflection, remember the moon is just a rock. Okay. It's reflecting the sunlight, the sun, which is your core. So it's asking you to go deep, have the breakthroughs that you need to have. Remember, it's the full moon is just natural. It's going to be conjuncting Uranus, which is all about breakthroughs. So this is a great time to start making adjustments, thinking about the commitments that you have, the changes that you want to make in your life. Everything this week is leading up to that full moon. And if you can do all that and be in touch with your authentic self, that full moon is going to be a lot easier for you. Okay. Because not only is that happening tomorrow, what y'all tell me, what's tomorrow? What's happening tomorrow? If today's 11:10, what day's tomorrow? It is 11:11. Okay. So we all know that's the portal. We all know that's a portal. So use it. And I'm not gonna, I spent a lot of time on your videos that, oh, that's the other thing is like your videos for that I'm gonna drop this week, maybe a little late because I've been working on your 2025, just kind of like writing everything out. 2025, by the way, is one of the most complicated, messy, amazing, one of a kind, never before seen years in human history. I mean, 2025, 2026, we got to just kind of lump them together, right? Because we've got 4 outer planets changing signs, all condensed in a matter of months next year. But then they're going to, only be there temporarily before moving permanently. Well, for their full stays in 2026. But then you throw in Jupiter, that's changing signs. The beginning of the year, we've got Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. So it is definitely going to be a little all over the place. So I've had to start planning that out. So just giving you a heads up, your videos will forecast will be maybe Thursday. I'm going to still try to stick to Wednesday, just to give you a heads up. Okay. But yeah, what was I even saying? Oh, yeah. Just continue to expect and have the closure that you need for some things and really work with the lunations this week. Again, just reflecting the sunlight, reflecting the sun. Okay. Your purpose, your core, that life force within you. All right. I'm gonna, you know what? I feel like I just kind of like hit the ground running. I'm gonna let a couple more people in. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Hello, everyone. Great to see you all. And I know that we are. This is such a different time for me to do it at 3 p.m. my time. So yeah. So again, let me break down some things that are happening. One of the biggest things that's happening next week. And what's happening next week is a landmark, just something really huge. Okay. Every sign's going to be affected differently, but I'm going to give every sign, I'm going to break it down by sign and let you know what you can look forward to. Okay. As we move into even next month. All right. So, what else is there to say? Oh, the other thing is, you know, I talk about it in your video, so I'm not going to even mention it here. But there is a mutual reception happening right now that just use this energy, use the Mars energy. Let me talk about that for a second before I even get there. Let me just remind you that we do have a couple retrogrades still, right? We have some planets retrogrades, and I get a lot of questions and comments about retrogrades. It is all about going within. It's all about going within. It's all about taking that time to reflect, to have your moments, to reassess, reevaluate. Saturn's retrograde, Neptune is retrograde. Who else is retro? We have Mars is in shadow, and Mercury is in shadow. So those two planets are going to go retrograde soon. Okay. Um, oh gosh, who else is retrograde? Uh, I think that's it. If I missed one, I missed one. But a lot of people ask about these retrogrades. Now, one thing that if you know your birth chart, and even if you don't, I know a lot of people, when I do their readings or their charts or whatnot, they freak out when they see all these retrogrades in their birth charts, but you sort of want them. You actually kind of want these retrogrades, okay? And it's because it's giving you this time. You just have really good perspective as a person, okay? And there's always retrogrades happening in the sky. So most people in their chart will have, retrogrades in their birth charts, right? Maybe like 3, 4, 5, doesn't even matter. But just know that if you have retrogrades in your chart, it's a way for you. You probably think more objectively. You step back from everything. It's maybe even like when you were young, you were the one that kind of like observed things from a distance, and you kind of felt like, I actually know what's happening here. So remember, it is all about most astrologers actually will have retro. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's like you go within, you have your moment. It's all about reassessing, reevaluating things. And that's the same thing with what's happening right now with all these planets retrograde. Just reassess a lot of things that are happening in your life, okay? Because it's going to be harder and harder and harder for you to, with the retrogrades that we're about to have next month, if you're going full throttle without knowing who you are and re-examine the things in your life, things will just not make sense for you. Trust me, I've done that before. All right. So just take this time to really spend, I've talked about it, like touch a tree, go out in nature, do some grounding, put your feet in the grass, take your crystals out, meditate with your crystals, really go within while you're dishwashing, while you're walking the dog, whatever it is. Take that time. Okay. You really do make amends too when during the retrograde process, and Mercury is in shadow. I've talked about Mercury retrograde and Sagittarius in your forecast. It's a little different. It's a little different. So it's only more useful to you when you have that time to reflect on the big picture. I've been focusing on the big picture. Okay. I hope that answered a lot of your questions about retrogrades, okay? Because we're still doing it. Now Mars retrograde is a little different. It's a little different, okay? Um Mars was in Leo now. And I do say this in some of your forecasts that I'm going to drop this week, but I'll just tell you now. Every day that passes from now until the end of the month, every day that passes, Mars gets weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Okay. And Mars does not like being retrograde. Mars is going to be retrograde in a very fiery sign. And so it can bring up a little, you could feel a little tested. You could feel a little impatience, maybe with circumstances that are happening in your world, maybe with other people, maybe even with yourself, because there is a sense of like having the inability to take action, right? With Mars fully retrograde. And remember, this is not just for a month. This is going to happen Mars is going to then retrograde into Cancer, when we get to 2025, and then back to Leo. So Mars is pretty much going to be in Mars, like, is going to be in Cancer Leo until like summer of 2025. And so just remember to take advantage of things now if you can. Like I've always said, Mars and Leo, that's a lot of egos at play that could come out too. So work with those retrograde energies, vibrate at a high frequency. What does I say? Stay frosty, be cool, right? Right. And it's the little things. You're going to notice that. It's going to be the littlest things that bug you. It's going to be the tiniest things where if you were in touch with yourself, your authentic self, like they wouldn't even phase you. But that's what, a lot of these retrogrades are doing. Mercury retrograde, miscommunication, right? Mercury's now, Mars retrograde. You could you could be on the street and someone starts, they start saying like Wilson Phillips, and that just like, and then you get on like, I don't know, TikTok, and it's like, someone was singing Wilson Phillips, and like little things that may throw you off. So just remember, take a deep breath. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. Okay. Mars and Leo is actually really great. It's really great. All right. But remember, Mars is gonna be in retrograde in Leo. And so when Mars goes direct in Leo next year, you're gonna be coming back to some things around this time. So when you're in 2025, like spring 2025, the things that come up, it's how you handle it now that's going to make a big difference. You're going to be happy when you're in 2025. Say, I'm so glad that I handled that well. I'm definitely vibrating at this really high frequency. So keep that away. You just use your energy wisely. Okay. Use your energy, because I've seen a lot of videos just come across my feed of people just like really, really losing it. And it's like, oh, that's not their authentic self. And those are videos that are probably going to be deleted at some point. They're going to recognize that. But it's okay to do that. We're human beings. Have your moments. There's a lot of emotions that are going around right now with a lot of the aspects that are happening, but it's not just that. Remember, I don't just do everything based on astrology. It's the energies that I pick up, the channeling that I do. There's some energies, all right? Emphasis on energies right now. So don't beat yourself up over anything, okay? Everything is cyclical. Everything, there's cycles to everything, okay? By the way, I'm gonna have a drink real quick. And remember, everything's a choice, right? Mars, Pluto, peaking, the opposition. And so it can be a little bit extreme. And there's a sense of like transformation with that as well. But it can bring you into like lower energy frequencies. It can bring you into empowering high frequencies. So you have the choice, right? You have the choice in which direction you want to move into. Now, how's everybody doing? Let me check. Let me do a little check-in here. Is everybody good this Sunday, November 10th? Y'all remember tomorrow's 11/11? Okay, cool. So, just one big thing that I really wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna leave a video later. And I talk about this in the forecast I'm doing for you now. Pluto's moving into Aquarius. This is gonna be big. This is life changing, okay? It's life changing. Pluto dipped in and out of Aquarius a couple times. I think it's been since, I think the first time was 2023. So here's something you can do, and you can write this down too. From I think it was like March to June, Pluto first dipped into Aquarius just for a little bit. Okay, so it gave us that little preview for in terms of what Aquarius represents for you, right? So think about what was happening in your life between March to June 2023, and then Pluto then moved into Aquarius again this year. I think that was January to September. Well, let's say January to May, because it went retrograde in May. So January to May, right? So think about those Aquarius, parts of your chart. It's all in your forecast. But now Pluto is moving into Aquarius permanently. Okay, as of I think it's November 19th. Is it the 19th, 17th, 19th? Anyway, it's very soon. And so this is going to bring a lot of change, and it is something to look forward to because Pluto in Aquarius is great. It's radical energy, and I talk about this in your forecast. Um, it is something that Pluto is, it's more like a generational planet. So you're going to see it. So it's there till 2044. And I talk about this like we're at the end of 2024. Pluto's leaving Aquarius, the beginning of 2044. So it's, it's basically 19 years at this point. Okay. So I want you to know that along with a lot of other transits that are happening next year are going to be changing things in your life, within your orbit, on a global scale. And I've talked about this so like Pluto and Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius, so I'm really excited. I'm super excited for Pluto and Aquarius, but just think about this growth that you're about to have in your life and all these changes, right? With Pluto being all about transformation. But the thing that I want to remind you is that Pluto is all about death and rebirth, right? So you need that death part for the rebirth. And so it's like a lot of things. It's leaving things behind in your life. It's pulling the curtain on this is not what I want to bring into the next 19 years of my life, and I have to be comfortable with these changes that I'm going to make or that Pluto is going to make. Pluto can be all about destruction. Remember, Pluto is all about the underworld. And so you do need that death part for that rebirth is really special. And so the things are going to start breaking down for you to make that change. And a lot of it is going to be you. And so you're going to see yourself go through some major changes. Okay. Pluto in Aquarius, again, is life changing. It is life changing. So, something that I want you to look forward to. All right. The first half, because Mars is going to be opposite Pluto in January again, sure, it may be a little clunky at first, but remember, it's 19 years. And remember, Pluto's all about cycles, death and rebirth, regeneration. So you're going to have cycles within cycles within cycles in different areas. Every sign again going to feel it differently. Okay, going to feel it very differently. And Pluto in Capricorn, where we're at now, compared to Pluto in Aquarius. So you got Pluto in Capricorn here. You have Pluto in Aquarius here. Pluto in Capricorn is a lot more like conservative. Okay, Pluto in Aquarius is a lot more progressive, right? Because Aquarius is all about the future, innovative, all of that, right? And I don't want you to think of that in like political sense. Just think of it as just what the words actually mean, right? Think of it as like being like human being, right? Um, Pluto does have a dark side. I'm just going to let you know that. I feel like I've told you this before. Pluto is a planet that says, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? Right. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Because you can't have light without dark. Right. And so sometimes you need that darkness to see the light, to get to the light. And you're going to see a lot of light come through. But remember, a lot of this is you and the changes that you are willing to make for yourself and not being afraid. Okay. Not being afraid of the changes to come. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot. But I mean, big ones. You mark my words, you bookmark this video. There's going to be a lot of changes, right? Not only for you, again, within your orbit, because let's say you got Sally over here, you got Laura over here, you got Jake over here. They're your best buds. They're all experiencing Pluto and Aquarius too. And so their changes have an impact on you as well, right? Within your orbit. It could be your husband, your kid, your best friend, your favorite waitress, whatever it is, like there's just gonna be some changes, right? And so when I talk about that fear part, about that darkness, that fear, Pluto's saying, You're going to fear me, you're going to own me, because Pluto is going to like be a little, Dennis the Menace, right? You can even see that in so many different ways, but it's overcoming those fears. And you have to remember the people that are going to be leading this. I'm going to say the word revolution, because that is what Aquarius is known for, and Pluto in Aquarius. And again, I did a video talking about what happened the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, what happened 250 years before that. I mean, they're all the brinks of these revolutions, but also personal revolutions, right? And so a good example of that is because Aquarius does rule technology, right? We did see a lot of advancements when, uh, whether to space, rockets, whatever, right? Aquarius also rules space. But in terms of technology, just think of just like the smallest thing. Do you remember when ChatGPT came out 2 years ago and everyone freaked out? Everyone freaked out. There's that little fear of, oh, the unknown. I don't know what this is going to be like. I don't know. But look at it now. Look at it now. How it's helping people, and there are going to be regulations. Eventually, AI is going to be a whole big thing. But again, there's going to be people that lead this and regulate this. And I think that a lot of people have had, anytime there is something that is quite revolutionary when it comes to space travel, when it comes to technology, whatever it is, there's always been a little bit of like, how is this going to turn out? Right. So I think a lot of that is going to change when we experience things in a way of Pluto and Aquarius. Yes, it's going to bring a lot of things to light. It's going to really s- set us up to ascend and to evolve in a big way. Okay. Everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. And again, mark my words, everything, literally everything. So it's becoming comfortable with that. And again, with yourself, the changes that you need to make, even like adapting to some of the changes. Space travel is going to be really big. There's going to be a lot of space activity. Aquarius is I don't want to say it rules astrology. It has a strong connotation to astrology. I'm sure you've noticed a lot of astrologers are Aquarius or Aquarius rising or whatnot, but astrology is going to change everything. Do I mean like everything? I mean, they're talking about like having bases on the moon and whatnot. I mean, what if we do start a civilization on Mars? That is very Pluto and Aquarius, and that changes like a birth chart. Someone's born on Mars. How do you do their birth chart? There's been so many reports about this ninth planet that everyone's talking about, right? You've read the reports. Have you read the reports? How does that change astrology? Chiron, by the way, I talk about Chiron a lot in your videos. That's coming up. That was just this. I mean, that became a thing. It hasn't even been. I think that was like the late 70s, and so you're going to see a lot of changes. um, Anybody have any questions? Oh, the biggest change you're going to see with Pluto and Aquarius is that you're going to see a lot of new leaders, right? Taking us into this new change, new frontier, the great awakening. Okay. Remember, Aquarius is all about humanity. Oh yeah, I talk about this in your videos that are coming up, but Aquarius is the humanitarian. It's the water bearer, pouring water, knowledge, right? The symbol, the glyph for Aquarius, water. Think about water just as symbolically. It's purity and literally cleansing and knowledge. So it is something to look forward to, because there's going to be this big Pluto being power. You're going to see a power shift to humanity, okay? Or the people have the power. And leaders taking, again, leading this movement, right? Making things all about the people, so you don't have any fear. You can be comfortable. And when I say game changing, why don't I do? Well, I made a list. Okay, so here are some Aquarians that remember Aquarius is all about revolutionary. They're the genius, the inventors, the innovators. They're all about humanity. Okay, they're connected to humanity in a way that is very different from other signs. Galileo, okay, Charles Darwin, Buzz Aldrin, Thomas Edison, Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln, um, James Joyce, right? Francis Bacon, Jackson Pollock, David Lynch, Mozart, Rosa Parks, Virginia Woolf. I mean, think of all these Aquarians that have made such a big impact on the world, and you're going to see a lot of Aquarians do the same thing. Okay. And you're going to start seeing it now. You're going to start seeing it now. And hey, I'm an Aquarius. Maybe I'm on that list. But you see how a lot of these people have led movements for the greater good. Okay? They changed the game. They revolution, remember revolutionary, all right? A lot of these people broke barriers. So again, I want you to look forward to this, but be part of it too. Be part of this movement. Okay? Remember, it's for the greater good. It's for humanity. And get excited for it. And yes, there's, there's always going to be aspects, right? Pluto is going to aspect certain signs in the next 19 years, and that's just normal. That's what happens. And so, yeah, there's going to be some aspects that may be really like, but then it's just Pluto and Aquarius. It is a lot nicer than Pluto and Capricorn. And, every Aquarius on this planet who's been experiencing Pluto and Capricorn since 2008, that's their 12th house. And so it's almost like they spent the last, what is that, 12 years, 14 years, 16 years? 16 years. They spent the last 16 years preparing for this moment, having those meditative moments, right? Really having moments of like isolation, processing things, unrooting things, healing, all of that. And that's what they're doing now. Okay. Pluto's moving to their side. They're healing the world. So just look forward to that. Okay. Just look forward to that. Anybody have any questions so far? Oh my goodness, y'all. You have no idea. You have no idea. There's going to be, oh, and you're going to see, by the way, speaking of Pluto and Capricorn, what did I just say? Right? Pluto and Capricorn, 2008. What happened in 2008? Right? So again, Pluto can break things down. Break things down. Clear the decks for something new, right? For something new. It's almost like Capricorn is passing the torch to Aquarius, and Aquarius just has like this better grip on the torch because Pluto, remember, has that intensity. It's all about breakdowns, breakthroughs. You need breakdowns to have breakthroughs sometimes. Pluto Capricorn is a little, I don't know for people, but Pluto Aquarius is a whole other vibe, right? Anyone a Libra? Remember, I said it's generational. Libra, right? Because remember, Pluto in Libra, that's like Gen X. I don't really know the dates. What is that? The mid 70s to like 1984 when Pluto was in Libra, something like that. Yeah, you're gonna love Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Capricorn for you was kind of so just we are entering this new era. I've talked about it, the Great Awakening, the Age of Wisdom. I mean, you're gonna see the good in humanity because there's going to be so much emphasis there, and you're going to have leaders that lead that direction. Now, it's not to say there's going to be, like, Aquarius leaders that are moving in another direction, right? So that's it's still going to be a thing. You still have the dark and the light, but you're going to see again a bigger shift in humanity raising their consciousness, or humanity being aware of what systems haven't been working, and how can we bring the priority to humanity again. So we all reach 4D. I mean, don't you want to get there? So it really is putting that energy out there, right? I've talked about this. What energy do you want to get back? What do you want to receive? What do you want to absorb in terms of energy? And so a lot of people are going to come to this moment of, like, having this reckoning. And for some people, it might take some time. I mean, Pluto in Aquarius is going to affect everybody differently. Um, so yes, I want you to know that it is still all about vibration, right? I think I talked about my last live stream in 2016. There was a lot of, let's just say, divide. Well, and then it moved into 2017, right? Let's talk about that. There was some divide there. But then we had that uh solar eclipse in the US, the first time that we had in 40 years. And that divide was gone. It was gone. Nobody was fighting, nobody was bickering. They were looking at this beautiful thing that was happening in the sky. Did you feel the energy? And the energy was just so heightened. So it's not to say it's not possible. I think that when people start realizing that, hey, we're actually a collective and we want to do good, the higher the frequency. Okay. So everyone is going to play their part. And pay attention to, what really helps is, and that's why people meditate or channel or whatever, like, you get those little winks from the universe. I've talked about this, the moments of, maybe you're starting to see things in your dreams. Maybe you're starting to pay attention to your dreams a lot more. You're seeing the synchronicities that are happening. Those things happen. Even like little things ringing in your ears. Anybody have ringing in your ears? I've talked about sound. I've talked about sound. I've talked about it's frequency. Anyway, it's vibrations. I mean, so it's better to be in a place where you are changing your mindset, right? Changing your mindset. And with Mercury in shadow right now, before Mercury goes retrograde, all about the big picture, a lot of y'all are going to spend this time reflecting, okay? In how you want to be moving forward in 2025, okay? And sure, again, it's an emotional time for a lot of people, and it's extreme. Some people are really um feeling the low energy frequencies of fear and doubt and anxiety. But then, there are some people who are really happy, and they're, maybe gloating, or maybe, you know what I mean? You just don't want to get on this is people being reactive, not responsive. I've always talked about that. And it's okay to feel your emotions, to let them out. We're all human beings, like I said, but just don't get stuck in those frequencies. Have your moment, but then come back and be your authentic self, and vibrate at this high frequency, because you're going to have an impact on the person next to you. Okay. Um, so just remember, we're at a time, things are about to change. Okay. Things are about to change in a really big way, really big way. So a lot of y'all really will have moments of reassessing things in your life. Okay. But think about, again, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, that's going to be a big, really, really big for you. Think about what's going to be not only the greater good for you, but for humanity. And a lot of people are going to be focusing on humanity in the next few years. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions about that before I tell you every sign, what signs to uh what they can look forward to? And actually, and the other thing is, when I talk about frequency and ascending, right? Let's just say, okay, I don't, here's the thing. Reincarnation. Let's think about reincarnation. We're all here. We know that we all have souls, right? And you can consider your soul on a journey. Timeless, right? Timeless. We're like in these bodies right now, in this world right now, but your soul's journey continues. Think about when you leave this timeline, this physical world, and you are this soul, and you chose to be here, and you look back at your time here on Earth. Are you going to look back and be like, "Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. I lived my life in fear. Oh, shoot. I didn't pass the test that I was meant to pass. I didn't choose love. I didn't choose self-love. I didn't choose love for humanity. I didn't choose. Oh, I got to do it all over again. I got to do it all over again." So again, it's all about raising your frequency and thinking about the big picture, raising your awareness. Okay. Having that moment of ascending for yourself, right? I mean, it's anybody here to it's second, it's this, think about the second law of thermodynamics. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about entropy, right? That's just like, again, low frequency, it's calcifying you. What Remember, I just talked about Pluto and Aquarius is regeneration. What's the other end of that? That's degeneration. I mean, which would you prefer, right? So when you raise your frequency, you're raising your vibration into a place of love and even freedom and consciousness. Okay. Are we cool with that? Are we all in agreement from that with that? Um Okay, let me see some of your questions here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so hello everybody. Oh my god. Okay, so y'all, I don't even know where to start. Oh yeah, Veterans Day is tomorrow. Happy Veterans Day everybody, for if you are in the US. If you are in the US, 11/11, okay? Heather, you said you're feeling so weird lately. Something big is coming, and yet right now I have to focus on the retrograde stuff. Yeah, because you want to be prepared for that big thing coming, don't you? Right? You want to be prepared. Remember, retrogrades, use it. Use it. That's the thing. When I talk about these two, there's Mercury retrograde, right? A lot of people focus on the fact, like, oh no, like I didn't get that email, or communication's a little off, or my flight's been delayed for hours. That puts me about, or it's using it wisely, right? The Mercury retrograde, where it's asking you just reassess things, reevaluate things, go back to things from the past, right? They're going to come to you anyway with retrogrades, and be comfortable with everything that you've reevaluated moving forward. Okay. um And Harwood, you said with Venus in Capricorn, how will the energies feel? Well, every sign's going to feel it differently, but it's just, you're just going to get a lot more serious about the things that do bring you pleasure and the things that you desire. I mean, everything that Venus stands for. So it's really bringing that structure to it. That's what Capricorn, in just the most simplistic sense, represents, right? Just bringing that structure to everything that I said. Um, okay, so Anita, you're gonna be a total rebel next year. Good, do it, do it. As long as it's for the greater good. Embrace your inner rebel. Listen, another Aquarius, and all those. That's a very Aquarius thing. Is they're known to be the rebels. Look, I just like Rosa Parks, James Dean. I mean, they're all doing something that they're being themselves, but they're not answering to systems and those structures. Again, Pluto to Aquarius is a very different vibe from Pluto and Capricorn. Um, Leona, you grew up during the exciting space exploration age. That's great to hear it's coming back. That's amazing. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of, and you'll hear it. I'm not the only one that's going to say this, but there's, you know, I'll talk about this more in another video, but Aquarius does like, when I say space, yeah. Um, and with Pluto there, sure. This we're talking about advancements, progress, things, revolutions, and I mean, there's gotta be contact at some point. I mean, again, you can mark my words, there's gotta be something that's happening that's beyond just, putting a rocket in space, okay? Anita, you said yep, Mozart. Okay. Margaret, you said Aquarius change makers and innovators. It is an impressive list, right? It is totally. Okay, so Susan, you asked, what is your natal Pluto is in the first house? What if uh first house in Leo? Well, you've got to see the aspects that's happening with it. Okay. That's gonna make the most sense. Mm. Oh, Danielle, thank you so much for the $5. I love it. Yes, I'm gonna have another. I really appreciate it. It's always really good to see you, Danielle. It's good to see all of y'all. I really love being in touch with all of y'all in a way that I can't like on my, in your weekly forecast. So this is really nice. Okay. This is really great. Okay, so all right, let's see what's happening here. Let me tell you what and this isn't like a hard list. I just really quickly whipped it up what every sign can expect and look forward to. I mean, again, there's I'm just gonna touch upon like just a few highlights. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Okay. And I'm not gonna, oh gosh, I'm not gonna timestamp it. So if someone, you don't, never mind. Okay. So big thing, Aries. If you are Aries rising, Aries moon, right? And for any of these signs, it's your sun, rising, and moon. All of that you're gonna be impacted by what I say. But Aries, you have Neptune and Saturn moving into your sign, okay, next year. And then for a longer time in 2026. And you are definitely going to have big changes, really big changes, okay? So that is something to look forward to. I mean, again, you use these aspects, transits, you use it for the higher good. I mean, you want to go on those higher vibrations of what's happening. But Neptune, Saturn moving into your sign is a really big deal. And I'm going to talk about that in your 2025 forecast. So, Aries, you've got these two planets leaving your 12th house. That is amazing. Amazing. Okay. So your life is going to change significantly. And it already is, even the nodes leaving your sign, you are going through a lot of changes this year. So come January, like things are just going to change. All right. So Aries, you got that to look forward to because I know a lot of Aries 12th house isn't it's not really it's almost like something where it's like you don't want anything there, like Aries really don't. But the 12th house is great if you can again use it in a way where it works for you. But anyway, let me just keep going. Taurus, the biggest thing for you next year, 2025, Uranus is finally leaving your sign after being there for was it 7 years? Finally. Okay. You've got that to look forward to. Leaving your so Uranus, remember, can bring the unexpected. You probably had a lot of unexpected things happen. A lot of unexpected. I mean, you could have had a lot of breakthroughs for sure with Uranus there. Uranus was also a little Dennis the Menace at times as well. Okay. And you can also just wait until Jupiter goes direct in February, Taurus. So from February to June, that's like 3,000 chef kisses, okay? Especially in terms of money. Remember, Jupiter expands abundance, all about profit as well. You have Jupiter in Gemini, and Jupiter's retrograde now, but which is still great for y'all, but just wait. So you've got that to look forward to, okay? Gemini. Oh my diddly days. Gemini rising, Gemini moon. I mean, oh my goodness. Again, same thing that I said with Taurus. You got Jupiter in your sign right now. So you kind of have like Jupiter, sure, Jupiter's retrograde. It's still acting almost like a shield in a way, right? But then Jupiter will go direct in February. So again, pay attention to February to June, especially if you have Jupiter and Gemini in your chart. So even if you're not Gemini rising, or Gemini moon, but you do have Jupiter in your chart, that's still a big deal, okay? Especially late degree, right? Where if like 20 to 29, like just late, okay? And you've got Uranus moving into your sign. That takes you out of that 12th house that you've had for 7 years with Uranus there, okay? So, you got a lot to look forward to, Gemini, all right? Oh, I'm out. I'm out of. Did you see that? There's like nothing in here. Okay, let me do this, and then we'll get to Cancer. Cancer rising, Cancer moon. You've got Jupiter, the planet of luck, good fortune, abundance, wealth, all of that, right? Moving into your sign in June for an entire year until 2026. And so, wow. All right. The best year that you're going to have since 2013. All right. The luckiest. It's Jupiter, the luckiest year. Cancer, you have that to look forward to. And again, remember, there's a lot that everyone can look forward to with a lot of other aspects. I'm just bringing a couple other, and actually for Cancers, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, again, that's your 8th house. So like money, I mean, money. All right. So, Leo rising, Leo moon. I think that we did a lot of Leos here. Okay. Oh, I see one that just popped in. Leo sun, Leo moon too. Wow. All right. So pay attention to this. So Leo, you again, sure, you've got Mars in your sign in shadow. Like I said, every day that passes until December when Mars goes retrograde, every day Mars gets weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So you're going to have to work with those energies. Again, there may be some things that aren't going as fast as you want them to, or things aren't, like again, you may have, you're the lion, like the roar. But Leo, Mars is then moving into your sign direct next year. And that's like, boom. Okay. And so you're lucky. You're so lucky to have that. All right. And then if you're a Leo that really wants change, like big time, you want some big changes. The eclipses, where we got those eclipses in 2026 in your sign. Okay, Leo. So Mars is going to do a lot for you next year. That's going to be, again, I think that is around April. Okay. Virgo. Virgos, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. You've got remember, you got the South Node moving into your sign. So there's going to be a lot of focus on you and what is it? Cleaning house, clearing the decks, really getting in touch with you. And then again, next year, remember, well, I don't think I ever told you this. I'll tell you in your 2025 forecast, you have 2 eclipses in your sign. Okay, Virgo. So you looking for change? It's coming. It's coming. You got 2 eclipses. You got 2 eclipses. Next year, 2025, South Node, right? In your sign. And that's the other thing with these eclipses. Again, even if you're not a Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, it's still going to affect everybody, any sign. All right. Depending on, your sign, it affects every sign differently. Now, um, Libra, Libra, sun, moon, and rising. You have, well, yeah, you've been going through some partnership stuff. You've been going through some identity moments. Okay. South Node is leaving your sign. Okay. Uranus is also leaving your 8th house. Okay. So Libra rising, like really pay attention. But Uranus is leaving your 8th house where things could have been a little like, what? With relationships, business partners, money, right? Things like that. And I think that I was talking about this. Libra, Libra rising, Libra moon, and even if you're part of the Generation X, mid 70s, 84, when Pluto was in Libra, but when Pluto is going to move into Aquarius next week, that is going to be so, so good for you. So enormously special. Okay. Really, really nice. Pluto and Capricorn's not, for Libras, it wasn't your jam. And again, I'll talk more about this in your 2025 forecast, but for any, like, you're going to be so excited with Pluto moving into Aquarius, your BFF, your fellow air sign. That's going to be your 5th house of joy and pleasure. A lot of y'all going to be having kids. A lot of y'all going to be having, like, there's going to be so much happening and its creativity. I mean, you've got Pluto moving into your 5th house. Out of all the signs of Libra, get excited. Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, it's Pluto that we're talking about. All right. So really pay attention to this. Pluto is, your ruling planet. So Pluto, moving into Aquarius is definitely going to be, it all depends on the aspects, but just expect everything to start changing. Foundations of your life. You're going to love Jupiter moving into Cancer. Okay. That's your fellow, your BFF, fellow water sign. You will like this, especially because Jupiter moving into Cancer for you, Scorpio, that's your 9th house. Jupiter's at home there. Okay. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So this is really great. And then for any Cancers, I should probably mention this. Any Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, Jupiter's exalted in your sign. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. Now, I have some water. Any questions so far? Let me wrap this up. All right, Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. Y'all have had some stuff. Any Sagittarians here? Any? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Anne Harwood. Thank you so much, Stephen. Y'all are amazing. Oh, I love the little laughing emoji. Y'all are amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so Sagittarius. Well, hey, are you ready for your life to start changing already as you move into your birthday season soon? When you got that new moon that we're going to talk about kicking off December for you, like things are going to start changing for you right away. But the thing that I want you to get excited about is that you've got 4 outer planets moving into fire and air. Okay, next year, you being a fire sign, That's so much. That is, that's like rocket boosters for you. Okay. It's a lot of masculine energy as well. And you vibe with that. You're a masculine sign, right? Sagittarius. And that's not, it's just energies. So Sagittarius, you have a lot to look forward to. Okay. Now, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. The biggest thing of all is the fact that Pluto's leaving your sign. I think I actually saw some comments from people here who have like Capricorn, that you are going to appreciate that. Okay. You're going to appreciate that. You're going to love it. You're going to have, speaking of empowerment, it's like you were going through this whole metamorphosis since 2008. A lot of things in your world changed a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of y'all became really big leaders. Okay. Could be a global scale. It could have been your company. You could have started a business, but you could have seen a lot of changes, a lot of transformation, but also a lot of cycles. Let's just call them cycles. Okay. Y'all went through a lot. You went through a lot. You probably went through a lot of different careers, jobs, positions, things like that. You've got Pluto leaving your sign. So you can, and moving into your second house, which is money, 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 money. Also, things that you value, your material, like a lot of things happening for you. A lot of things happening for you, and you should get excited, especially if you are single. But it doesn't matter if you're single or not. When Jupiter moves into Cancer for you, Cancer being your opposite sign. And remember what I said, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, bringing you blessings and luck in partnerships. Okay. You can meet the one. You can meet the one, or if you're here for work, that's Capricorns or no, right? Your work, hardworking. Partnerships in career. There could be something. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're starting like a law office with Jerry over there. I don't know. Whatever you want, whatever you want. You got all that blessing from Jupiter. You got a lot to look forward to. Aquarius, obviously. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Obviously, the big thing is that you're about to be the world leaders. You're about to have the biggest say in humanity. All right. But for the greater good, because Aquarians care about humanity. Aquarians, will go above and beyond, right? For the collective society, all of that. So Pluto, remember, is power. You're about to have a lot of power. Pluto is giving you a lot of power. So Aquarians, a lot of Aquarians are also going to be in your element, right? So remember, you're getting out of that 12th house phase. Aquarians are known to be natural leaders and innovators, the change makers. Okay. They're very, very concerned with humanity. All right. And they are excited about, sharing things with humanity and taking things to another level, whether it's in a revolutionary way or a radical way, in a, rebellious way, right? Aquarians think differently. And that's what humanity needs. That's what humanity needs right now. New leaders, new visions. You're going to be the ones, Aquarius. You're about to have a lot of power. A lot of power. Okay. And then, ooh, my Pisces. Where'd y'all go? Oh my gosh. Okay. I just lost the list. I'm sorry, Pisces. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me find. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, Pisces. Yeah. So, Pisces, hey, listen, you got the North Node moving into your sign next year, starting in January. And remember, these nodal shifts, it's not just for a year, it's a year and a half. And so, Pisces, you're about to have the North Node move into your sign. I feel like you're going to really love this. I think that the fact that Pluto's moving into Aquarius in your 12th house, that's kind of like your little playground. You are the native ruler of the 12th house. It's very dreamy. It's nebulous. It's artistic. It's imaginative. We're going to see a lot of Pisces come out, and artists and filmmakers, things like that, things dancers and whatnot. But you've got the North Node moving into, I mean, North Node is the point of destiny, fate. Like, you're about to go through humongous change too. You have a lot to look forward to. Okay. My Pisces. Do you see my tattoo? I only show this in like my Pisces when I do forecasts for Pisces, but I have a Pisces tattoo. I'm not a Pisces. I'm an Aquarius. I'm Gemini rising and Virgo moon. Okay. But this is for someone dear to me. But I have a lot of Pisces friends. I get y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. I love my Pisces. I love every sign. I love all of y'all. Y'all are amazing. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. One Hit Wonder for the $10. Y'all are amazing. Oh, Atlas, thank you. And Anita, thank y'all so much. This, it means so much to me. Y'all mean so much to me. Y'all are amazing. Okay. Y'all are really great. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I did, any of the signs, what y'all can look forward to? Again, remember, that's just a fraction. That's just a fraction of what you can look forward to. I started, like I said, and here's the thing. When anyone does like a 2025 forecast, well, I mean, if you've seen my annual forecast, I go deep. I give you a lot. And 2025 is such a like I said, I've never seen a year like it. And so I have to take my time with it. But even like the end of January is just gangbusters. It's so nice. The end of January is going to be pretty special for everybody, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Y'all, thank you so much. Any questions about One Hit Wonder? Your North Node is in Pisces. That's amazing. Education. Tina Marie, you asked about education for Pisces. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but education, I would see, I feel like you're going through it now. If you think about education, well, education really is part of the ninth house. But so you're probably going through, is it something you want to learn now? And now is the best time, coming after that new moon that, is in Scorpio. Scorpio rules your ninth house. But pay attention to like third house, anything that happens with Uranus, pay attention right now. Uranus being in your third house as well. There could be something there that I'm, feeling for you energetically, but all Pisces can. It really honestly depends on your chart. Oh, how does it affect profession? I still don't. You just have to look at your chart. You have to look at your chart. And that's the other thing. I may actually, and the forecast that I do for you, because I'll talk about it, but this Scorpio energy is good for you. All right. But I don't even remember what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say. But yeah. Your forecast will tell everything. Okay, we'll tell everything. But yeah, a lot of y'all are. Is anyone not feeling change? We're at a time. I'm telling you right now, we are on the brink of not only this age of Aquarius that has been sung about, that has been talked about forever, but this great awakening, the age of wisdom, all of that. Okay. And it's our job to raise the collective frequencies, energy, and the collective. Cheryl, you said, thank you so much for doing this. Oh yeah, it's helped me refrain some things. I'm so glad. Oh, Tina Marie, thank you so much. Yeah, that's so, y'all are so kind. Y'all are so amazing. I love all that. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, and her, is there a card for the energy of the day? Oh, that's a maybe I'll, why don't I pull one? I'll pull a card for today. What is today? Sunday, November 10th. Yeah, we've got Venus squaring Neptune today. I talk about that in your forecast, right? Just have a foot on the ground. Have a foot on the ground. What do we have? I mean, where's the we're Moon in Pisces, right? I like it. Listen, y'all are gonna be dreaming a lot. Y'all are, but then the moon's gonna go into Aries. I think the moon is actually trining Mars tomorrow. I think it tomorrow, Tuesday? I gotta look at that. But yeah, I think there's gonna be also like, oh, and then we have the Mercury Saturn square. Be mindful of that, right? Be mindful of that. I talk about all these things, but let's talk about today. Let's see. I'll pull a card from the Tarot of the Divine. I'll do it so you can see me do it. So you know that I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So card for the day. Okay. You see that? Okay. This is the card for the day. King of Cups. That's really great. That's really amazing. All right. So, yeah, how funny. King of Cups is Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season. Don't forget, we still have all the Scorpio energy. Everyone's feeling emotions, right? Emotional, heightened, right? Passion, right? But there's that intensity with Scorpio season. So, go deep to feel on top of your emotions. And again, don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to be expressive, to be in touch with your emotions, to be the rock for someone else. It is a great time to be social. When Mercury squares Saturn in a few days, which you may be feeling now, there could be some conversations that actually inspire you for inspired action as well. King of Cups is also like, just don't bottle anything up. Okay, find that outlet, right? But I love that. I love that King of Cups did show up, and it's cups. It's water energy. I just talked about water. I just talked about water being the symbolism. We all know about water signs, right? But again, harness that energy. Okay, water is cleansing. It's purity. Spreading that knowledge as well with the fact that we're about to move into this Pluto and Aquarius energy. And I wonder if I got all the signs right. I didn't miss one. Okay. Okay. So y'all, KBU has love outlook for Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon, Libra rising. Well, check your forecast. Check your forecast. And but also listen, when you look at your charts, someone actually asked about astrocartography in one of the comments. I thought that was so funny. I was like, how do you know? Like, it's so funny. Because I think one thing that I'm doing, like, because I always just call myself a reader, right? But I one of the reasons why I had SJ Anderson on is because when I started this channel, I was doing the astrology part. It was like I was still doing the tarot readings as well. It was mostly the audience was like people who knew tarot but didn't know astrology. So it was just me slowly introducing them to astrology aspects, birth charts, things like that. And what they mean. And so it was really funny because someone asked about astrocartography, and one of the recent they left a comment. I'm like, oh, I love the fact that you know that maybe I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, check out your Margaret. Oh well, where am I now? I think that message is gone. Margaret K, you said concerned about health, early to mid 2025, Scorpio Sun, Libra rising. Well, right now, I mean, is a really good time to remember. I talked about this in one of my recent live streams, just with like the energies that I was picking up, just even the fact that we are the solar flares, even that I talked about, but really prioritize your health right now. Prioritize it, okay? Um, and that includes mental health as well, because you need to be good for you as well as the people around you. So it's something that I would always, prioritize. And then you don't have to be concerned about it. But you're Scorpio Sun, Libra rising. Yeah, yeah. Um, like, with the fact that, the North Node is moving into a Pisces, that, could be a big focus for you too, right? That would be your sixth house as a Libra rising. As a Libra rising. Any other questions? I think I forgot. Someone was saying so. Oh, the other thing that I was saying is like, oh gosh, wait. No, I forgot. Oh yeah, I still don't know, because I'm getting a lot of questions about personal readings. I still don't know if that's possible for me, but I will let you know. Maybe again, like, I don't want to say anything until we're past the retrogrades, because remember, with retrogrades you could say something, but then things change. Anyway, yeah, but I think someone was asking about love. I can't find your message anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't know where it went. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for being members. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I oh gosh, I went over. Okay, so thank you again for being here, being members. Like I just said, I have that tendency to repeat myself. I don't know why. Your videos, like I said, may be, and what I'm doing is I'm doing for the last 2 weeks of November. I condensed it again. I talk a lot about there's a lot happening. You're gonna start feeling a big shift. I promise you. You're gonna start feeling it. And then I'll do your December forecast. But remember, I'm working on your 2025 annual forecast. I'm hoping to get that for you. It's just like I'm driving home to Atlanta for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be missing a week. So I just have so much to do for the next like week and a half, but hopefully I'll be able to get your 2025 forecast up soon. If not, at least just one video talking about the major aspects. I again cannot stress how you're going to start seeing big changes, not only in your life, but on a global scale very, very soon. Very soon. Okay. And remember, you've got a lot to look forward to. So it's all about raising your frequency and doing it for the collective, doing it for yourself. And I've talked about this. That's why we're here on Earth anyway. Like, there's a reason why we were not put on Earth on our own islands, hundreds of miles away from each other. We connect for a reason. We're built with this sense of service to others. So anything that you do is part of some sort of collective, right? Anything that you do, it could be to, make your parents feel proud. It could be something that you do for your local community. It could be the fact that you're an artist and you want to put your paintings out there for the world to see. There is always this sense of whatever you're doing, you are connecting with your soul and your soul's journey. All right. I keep doing this. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave now, and I really appreciate all of y'all. Thank you again for coming on this late. I know that it's such a later time that I normally do, but I'm glad that we were able to connect and leave comments. Let me know what's going on, big changes that are happening. I love it when you leave comments too. And I go through all your comments, and like I said, I wish I could respond to all of them. I try to address a lot of them, and questions in these live streams, but it always gives me this frame, like kind of like this like a perspective too, on what Sagittarians are going through, what Aries are going through, what Geminis are going through, what Scorpios are going through. And it's always interesting for me to see that, right? It's always interesting, especially when you also leave like your sun, moon, rising. It just adds more, like I can absorb that even energetically too. Anyway, y'all are amazing. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Y'all, happy Veterans Day if you are in the US. Happy Sunday. Happy 11/11. Please remember that. Just take 5 minutes smart just thinking about this portal and this you being a rocket ship going through this portal, okay? For everything that you want. Y'all are amazing. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.